Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. And it's time again for another pocket dump deconstruction. You see what I'm carrying today in my pocket. Today, just for the record, since we do this every single day, is Sunday, February 28th, 2016. I know a lot of you will be watching this 2 years, 3 years later. But because we do this every day, I want you to know the mood I'm in today as we do this. It's a Sunday early morning. I love Sunday mornings. And so I'm in a great mood. What you see right there, that's the photo that I posted on Instagram 8 minutes ago of my pocket dump. I turned my iPhone 6S Plus from photo to video, and now it's time for the Keith Kevin Ken video where we deconstruct that pocket dump. If you'd like to see my Instagrams, by the way, the Instagram address is at Keith Kevin Ken, just like this YouTube channel, at Keith Kevin Ken. I post between 4 and 5 knife-related Instagrams. The first photo of every day is my first cup of coffee and the knife that I'm going to play with and one of the cigars from my collection. So, and then throughout the day I post other photos. So that's at Keith Kevin Ken. Let's get on with the deconstruction. Oh man, it's Sunday. The great thing about a Sunday, and especially now, I'm on the East Coast, it's 65 degrees in the winter, in February. So it's a beautiful Sunday. What's great about Sunday, it's always a beautiful day, especially in the morning. And then towards the end of it, this is the not so special. You start thinking about Monday and work. So I always pick a very good cigar to enjoy throughout the day. This is the Cohiba Behike. It is one of the most praised and well-known Cuban cigars these days. Some say overrated. I say, okay. I mean, I understand why people would say overrated because everyone says it's a perfect cigar and nothing's perfect. I think it's near perfect, so I don't know about overrated. I'll tell you what, though, when you smoke it, you don't think about anything else but that wonderful Cohiba taste, that earthiness, and the Behike is just wonderful. So, tops on my list. It's a wonderful cigar. Enough said. It's all about the scotch today. And that's what I'm carrying around with me. The watch is my Rolex. It's one of my regular rotation of, I don't know, what, 5, 6 watches. This is the Rolex Datejust. I love just the nice classic Rolexes that won't change through the years. And even if my son or grandson wears it years from now, it'll still be the same. So that's why I like all stuff classic, a lot of classic knives as well. That is the Mont Blanc thin wallet that I'm going to shove in my back pocket along with my notepad from Coach. You'll see a lot of Coach stuff, wallets. If you saw me, I have briefcases and all kinds of leather Coach things. About 15 to 20 years ago, I just fell in love with Coach, and as a consultant, I don't even know if they do men's stuff anymore. But anyway, that's why you see Coach. The coin, I always, just like I always have a cigar to celebrate the end of a day, and I always have something to drink to celebrate that. It's about quality of life and celebrating the quality of your life every day. I also carry a coin, 1 ounce silver coin in my pocket. My grandfather always did that. That's one thing I remember about him. Of course, back then his silver coin could be used at the corner store. Mine can't. This is a 2000 Chinese panda coin. one of my collection, I carry a 1 ounce coin for good luck, and I'm sure I'm going to have good luck today. It's starting with a discussion of knives with you guys, so how can it fail, right? Let's start with it. Now, on a Sunday, just like on a Saturday, I have so much time to go through my cases in the morning because I'm not thinking about work. And so we do have more than one knife that got away. We have two, and so we'll talk about those at the end of this. The knife that got away, that means that I played with it all morning and I want to put it in my pocket, and for one reason or another, I didn't. So we'll talk about the reason, the one or the other reason I didn't later on. Okay, let's talk about it. You know, I love that these are daily because I get to tell you why I get obsessed with things. I was on my Instagram, Serge Pachenko, just a wonderful custom knife maker. I just love his work. He does a lot of stuff, a lot of it rustic. His knives are unique. I don't have any of his knives. Every time they become available, I'm like short on cash, and then they're gone. But I did get this, and I noticed that he just put another thing on Instagram and on his website. He did another round of this coin. It's a knife coin. It's so wonderful, so ingenious. This, of course, is going to be my keychain knife. Look at this. A wonderful knife. I love the titanium. He does rustic versions. I think he had on his website one with a little carbon fiber right here. It's so wonderful. It's nice and just mechanical around your neck. For me, around the keychain, it's great. And then you really have, you see right here, this functional knife. And listen to this. This is what I like about it. Listen, it's a slip joint, but it does click in there a little, and it can get some work done. I like that it's stone washed because it just hides everything. What a wonderful knife. It's just a wonderful coin knife. This is the Serge Pachenko. If it sounds like, if you've watched some of my pocket dump videos and that name sounds a little familiar, the reason is he did 3 collaborations with Spyderco, and I have all 3 of them, and they are tag knives. So they took his conception of a coin knife, made it into a tag knife, which I just love, and so with Spyderco. And it's a multicolored blue-greenish. There's a carbon fiber one, and then there is a G10 one. Oh, I love it. These are the coins. They come directly from him. A little harder to get. Might want to check his webpage because he might still have some available. I know he just announced them about a week ago. Love that knife. Makes me feel good. It almost makes me feel like I have 2 lucky coins in my pocket. The reason I always have a keychain knife, folks, is my keys, there are only a couple of keys on a silver loop. And so what I do is I attach a little knife to it every single day. And I'll tell you, I'm in an office environment. That keychain knife actually gets a lot of use regularly. I throw my keys on my desk a lot, and people like to see the different keychain knives and play with them. So that's the coin knife. That came directly from Serge Pachenko. I love his work. And I also, the reason you remember the name is because I should have brought it out. There's a number of Spyderco tag knives that come from him. Get ready. On the Keith Kevin Ken channel, there's a drinking game. Every time I say wonderful, beautiful, or I love it, take a shot of whatever you got handy close by. You'll feel a lot better at the end of the video. Well, it's Chris Reeve. Look, I have over 50 Chris Reeve knives. I love Chris Reeve. you know, on my profile on Instagram, it says, love Brous Blades, love Chris Reeve, love Spyderco. I'm a fanatic for those folks and other knives as well, and you'll see them as we go through this and as we take this journey on the YouTube channel. But I really love this. I love the plain Jane Chris Reeve knives because I'm that classic kind of guy. And I mean that not going, I'm classic, but I just like classic things like the Rolex, like a good cigar. And that don't change at the whim of someone in New York's fashion industry or whatever. I do have a Apple Watch, though. So when it comes to my electronics, trendy is okay with me. But with the knives, I just love this. This is a perfect combination to me. This is my medium carry. What's perfect about it is the simplicity of the plain Jane handle, that full tie Chris Reeve handle with the Chris Reeve integral lock. Oh man, just built wonderful with all of the wonderful tolerances that he has. And then, bam, that ladder Damascus. That Damascus blade, and look at the, every time I pull out a Damascus blade, I have to just marvel at the spine. And every time I pull up a Chris Reeve knife or one of the other knives that have Devin Thomas Damascus. I love Devin Thomas Damascus. First, I'm a Damascus fanatic, just like I'm a knife fanatic. I stayed away from Damascus for a long time. You might too, just worried, saying it's too fancy. It cuts. It's very strong, great cutter, and it just looks beautiful. Anyway, that's the small Sebenza with that Damascus blade. I think, just like when I was a little boy, on Sunday you need something dressy. Even if you're not going to church or going somewhere fancy, you need something in your pocket. Even if you're going to have that Sunday dinner, you just need something in your pocket that's fancy. And that's something that's in my pocket that's fancy. There's another knife I was considering, but that's the one that made the cut. And then the large one, I was just talking about I love Brous Blades, didn't I? I was just saying that. Man, that was me flipping, not the flipper. This is Brous Blade's VR71. It has carbon fiber scales. The blade is a 4-inch blade. Look at that. Titanium liners, skeletonized like crazy. G10 back. Oh man, I just love it. Look at that clip. Lanyard. Man, it just feels so wonderful. You know, it's a bigger knife, but because of that thin profile, it really fits nice. Big jimping. Oh man, I love it. And look, flips like a dream. It's a big blade, D2 blade. See, that was my flipping. Can you hear it? Yeah, yes you can. Brous Blade flipper, VR71. I'll tell you, I just love this carbon fiber. It's so smooth. It's so wonderful. That right here with the little ridge on it gives you a nice feel. Oh man, it's really wonderful. This is the Brous Blades VR71. Jason Brous, the owner of Brous Blades and the maker, these are mid-techs. All Brous Blades are mid-techs. Mid-tech means they do a lot of hand work, but they send some things out to be machined as well. And so it's the in-between of a custom and a pure production knife. Oh man, I can't stop flipping this big thing. It feels so nice and so smooth. Jason is going around doing something that I think is pretty special. If you look at some of the Jason Brous knives and you go, oh, these mid-techs are a little expensive. You know, they run Chris Reeve prices. They're all pretty much limited editions as well. What he's done is he's gone to some of his favorite Brous Blades, and he's now introducing G10 versions of the blades. VR71 is his latest G10 version that he has released. A lot more in the marketplace. The G10 cuts the price really great. I haven't bought mine yet. He did the same thing with the Silent Soldier folder, and I said, oh, I have the originals with carbon fiber, and I love that. I got that G10. It cuts the weight down like you wouldn't believe as well. Even though carbon fiber is real light, he really, because he gets another shot at some of his, man, look at that. Some of his creations, he gets to really skeletonize it a lot more. So if you're looking for a VR71, and you should be, you might want to check out the G10 version, the new G10 version. There you have it. That's the pocket dump. Those knives are going to be in my pockets, the watch on my wrist, and I am going to enjoy my Behike. I don't know. You know, people say a lot of things are overrated. I hear people say, oh, Chris Reeve's overrated, or Spyderco's overrated, or Behike's overrated, Rolex overrated. You know what? Nothing's overrated. It just depends on how much you like it. And when I'm smoking the Behike, right at that moment, and everything's about moments, it's the best rated thing in my mouth. It is a wonderful cigar. And even people who say it's overrated, they know that it's one of the top cigars. Anyway, that's the pocket dump. I took that and made my picture on Instagram. That is my pocket dump Instagram picture for this morning. A little neater. But you know what? This ain't Instagram. On the Keith Kevin Ken YouTube channel, let me just say, and I've been leaving this in a lot of my videos, and I understand a lot of people don't watch all my videos, so I'll repeat it. Keith Kevin Ken, the reason it's called Keith Kevin Ken, I am the middle of 3 sons. I am Kevin. Keith is my older brother, Ken, my younger brother, and because we were all 2 years apart, we were close in age, and because Keith, Kevin, Ken all sound similar, even my parents would get us mixed up. So they just started just calling us all Keith, Kevin, Ken, because they knew they hit the right one somehow. And people in the neighborhood did the same thing. Keith, Kevin, Ken, Keith, Kevin, Ken, and we just said hi to it all. So that is a tribute to my loving brothers that I call this Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. I'm the only one with YouTube channel and the only knife freak. All right? Okay. I hope that clarifies it some more. Anyway, this is the knife that one of the knives that got away. I wanted a Brous Blade carry today. I've just over the past week been getting into the cases. Some of them have been missing. Just missing my carry. But today I did go with the VR71, even though I was thinking about another carry for that as well. I didn't do that. This is really wonderful. It's the Brous Blade Bionic, and it's the automatic Bionic. By the way, still there is D2, still here is D2, still there is S35VN. I'm not sure what the surge steel is, but Jason always does D2. He wanted to do an affordable knife for everyone. And so his affordable knife, after doing all these mid-techs that I love and that I show you, was the Bionic Flipper. Okay? Aluminum scales, D2 blade, real thin, no liners. Just a wonderful liner lock knife. Just a small 3-inch blade. Again, aluminum. It came in a number of colors, a number of blade types. Nice clip. Just real light, everyday carry kind of knife. And so, and it was at a very affordable price, and he had a lot of them in the market, unlike the other ones that were limited to 500 or 200 or whatever. So, flip's nice too. That was me. This is the Bionic. And then after the Bionic, the regular Bionic, he came out with the automatic. And I just loved it. I just love having two of the same kind of knife where the variation is something like, hey, this one is now automatic and not a liner lock. And again, it has the same thing, pretty affordable from Jason Blades, and just a real nice flip action. So that was a Bionic. I thought about that, but I just didn't think it was dressy enough for a Sunday. Call me old-fashioned. I just like a little fancy on Sundays. So that was a no-no. Now, but I still had to have me a Brous Blades, and that's why the VR-71 is my large carry. But for a while there, I was thinking about the Strider. Oh, man. I love this Strider SMF. I don't carry my Striders enough. And this week, I did carry a couple of Striders, or one of the Striders, and just every morning I keep wanting to put a Strider in my pocket. This is the one with the gunner grip. And I'll tell you, I love this. I think I said in one of my videos that I discovered Strider when a friend of mine wanted to do some work in his garage, and we were going to be using some knives. And I said, man, I hear the Strider is you can beat the heck out of it. So we got a couple of Striders, and I just loved it. And the gunner grip was the one I got, and I loved it because it wasn't about putting it in my pocket. It was about using it. The reason I didn't put it in my pocket is I love the gunner grip, and I know some people, this is their favorite one. But man, it just, it has that texture on the tie, on the back with the tie lock. It is grippy everywhere. In fact, every time I flip it and play with it, when I'm done, my hand is pitted all over the place. And it rips the hell out of my pockets. Now, I don't care, whatever you guys say. So even though I have my big boy play pants on today, and my pockets are shredded already from carrying stuff all the time, I just didn't want to go with it this Sunday. And I'll admit it's because of the handle. I'll admit it. It's that gunner grip. I love the gunner grip. If you are someone that are a heavy user, the gunner grip, I don't think you can go wrong. There's nothing better, nothing grippier. Sorry, I hit that mic. Nothing grippier, nothing than a gunner grip. Nothing. Yeah, I hit the mic because I'm flailing around back here having fun with these knives. Nothing better. But for me today, didn't want to rip my pockets anymore. They're ripped enough. I said an SMF. I tell you, I don't have a lot of Striders. I think I have 6 or 7 Striders. I really love them. And I never understood. People were going, SMF, SMG, you know, SMF, SNG. Okay, folks. SNG is the smaller one. Okay? The SMF is the larger one. That's how you can tell the difference. And when you got a CC, well, this is a concealed carry. Remember I talked about this gunner grip? That grip everywhere in the front, show side. The only thing is the back isn't that grip. Grippy on here. Again, don't complain. I'm just telling you my preference. I love it, but I didn't want it in my pocket today on Sunday. Oh, the concealed carry is just smooth. Look how smooth it is and beautiful. Of course, this has the tiger blade, tiger stripe blade. Ah, man. So this is what happens. I play with knives. They don't make the cut because I can't carry everything. But they do stay on my desk here. And while I'm smoking and drinking and thinking about how I might call in sick tomorrow. Every Sunday I think about that. I'll be at work tomorrow. I'll be playing with the knives that got away as well as these other knives. Hey, thank you for being there. I love talking about knives early in the morning. I'm sorry that I talk so long about them, but I just love it. pocket dump, the pocket dump deconstruction, and also the knives that got away. And I'm going to try as much as possible when I talk about the knives that I'm carrying or the knives that get away to go into those Pelican cases and give you some perspective, like with the Strider and like with the Brous Blade Bionic. Hey, you guys, I really appreciate the time. Please thumbs this up. Hey, this is, I don't know that much about YouTube. The thumbs up, the reason it helps me is when you thumb it up, that means you liked it. People who watch your channels then go and say, hey, let me check out this video because they liked it. So that really helps me. So please thumb it up. Hit that subscribe button because we're building just a great group, a knife group, a talking group. And people are commenting and I'm getting better at responding and we'll get better and better. Read the comments, you guys, because on a lot of those comments, people add bits and pieces to what I didn't do. This is a one-shot deal. I don't edit. I do it, and then I start uploading it because it takes all day to upload. So I try to do that as fast as possible. So by the end of the day, you can see this video. I really enjoy you guys. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me talking about knives, and talking with a fanatic on knives. I really appreciate that. This is like therapy for me. So thank you. When I say appreciate it, I really mean it. Also, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting it. Don't forget, there's a lot of videos on. We post, we upload, Kevin of Keith Kevin Kid, me, I upload every single day. So you can catch a new video every single day, but there's also collection videos that come in at least once a week, most of the time twice a week. So check out the rest of the videos and hit that subscribe button. Have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.